It's a podcast, it's a video, and more.
Okay.
Welcome back to another episode of
We grown.
Question mark.
I'm Jess.
I'm Maya.
And I'm Sean.
And first things first, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe because,
Yes.
you enjoy this podcast. But no, for real, the next first things first. What had you feeling grown?
What has had me feeling grown? You would think that we don't ask this every time. The
I
way
got
that we
one. I got one. Mine is
All right, go
it
ahead.
gives y'all time to think. What had me feeling grown is just the fact that I have a whole skincare routine that I do
Fancy, fancy.
twice a day. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm a whole old head because, well, or maybe I'm just a person that cares for my skin. But I'm gonna walk y'all through it like y'all asked. So, in the shower, you got to use your face wash, and I use what do I use? Clinique. We're a lot of our stuff is mostly Clinique. So you got the face wash, and then when I get out, you got to hit it with the toner, just to get everything right. Um, Sometimes I like to throw in. This is real wild though, and it depends. But I use a little sea breeze, which is crazy. That don't have your face lit up, but
What is sea breeze?
when you get a haircut, and then they put the little, uh, yeah, the rubbing alcohol, but it's sea breeze. It's supposed to be, clean or whatever. Just a little bit, just a dab. And then this is where it kind of changes because my nighttime routine, I use like a snail mucin. Is that what it's called?
Snail trail? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no skincare.
Well, I use a snail mucin, so it's kind of like it's a little gooey, but whatever. Followed by this like night face mask. And that joint is expensive as I don't know what.
You use
Um,
that every day?
yeah, the face mask.
Mm.
I have it on now.
Mm.
Followed by I use a little bit of cocoa butter stick to hit the hot spots. Um, just at night. But then in the morning time, I use I don't use the snail mucin. I have a face serum, so it can brighten up my face a little bit. And then I do have some of these samples, which is like an orange. I feel like it's like retinol or something, and it's orange. But sometimes that don't be having me look like I'll be like real too bubbly, and I'll be trying to feel bubbly. So I'll be like tone it down a little bit. It's probably just because it smells like orange, so it'd be having my eyebrows all high up. But then I use a moisturizer and it has like a little bit of sunblock in it.
What made you start like a skincare routine?
John was like,
Or
"This what we doing," and I said, "Okay." But that was like years ago. Um, Recently, a few years ago, I probably added the like face serums and then the night mask. I started doing because I think I got a sample. Oh yeah, I got a sample from Afrotech the first year. So then I started incorporating that in. And that sample lasted me for an entire year. Yeah, I don't know how excited I was to go back and get another sample of it. Why were they not there? And I was the most hurt person. I I like scavenged. I was like, I gotta find this face serum, and they didn't have it, and I was real hurt. So I had to buy one. But yeah, that's Oh, and then sometimes with my beard, I have a beard cleaner too. So it's like a scrub that I use. And I always brush my beard in the morning time. So I brush my hair and I brush my beard. And the beard part uses the hard side of the brush. And then my hair part uses the soft side of the brush, just because this one's a little bit more coarse. And then when I want to be fancy, I not y'all laughing at me, but when I want to be fancy, I have this beard colorer. Color. So it's black, so I can like fill in some of the other spots, and then you
this
brush it
guy.
in just so it fills.
Amazing.
But you got to be careful with that because I be like, mm-hmm, and they'd be like, it's in my hand, like, and then I probably have a finger, like my whole finger marked like that. So
Oh no.
yeah, now y'all know some of my tips and tricks. I
Yeah.
got some of the beard filler in there if you need.
No. Maybe one day for
Nah.
my edges when I decide to care about edges. But
You gonna draw them on?
maybe shoot. If I don't
Mm.
go bald instead. What had me feeling grown? This is a little different actually. I watched 4 seasons. I want to say that's what it's called.
We just watched it the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
And
was like 4 seasons of what? Okay.
that's what had him feeling grown.
Yeah.
Um, so I just watched 4 seasons, and I was like, when it first started, I was like, oh my goodness, I would love this to be us. And then immediately I was like, oh, never mind. Never mind. But I still like the idea. I was like, I love the idea of like having these
Getaways.
quarterly like check-ins with your friends and having like actual plans where y'all actually do it. I feel like they have to be doing life together to some degree anyway for them to do their trips the way they're doing them. But I was like, that would be great for us to do one day. I think they were doing it all as grown, like all the
Yeah, their
kids
kids were
are,
grown.
yeah, their kids were pretty much college or older. Um, but I was like, that's goals right there, minus the divorce part. But it was actually a really good show. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I thought it
I
was
Mm.
good.
thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, I was like marriage shows and stuff like that.
Be my
That's
jam
that's
a
my
little
lane
bit.
right. That's my lane.
Not the gamification ones where they're like, oh, let's meet, put you with a random stranger, and then you get married to him. Like,
No, not like that. Not
yeah,
reality TV, but like sitcom ish,
yeah.
like that type of thing.
I'll do a
Things that
dramedy. Because I can't, I still won't do This Is Us. I don't care what anybody say. Never. No.
I love This Is
was
Us.
good though.
It was so good.
It was good. It
I
will
mean,
have you crying, but
I feel like really it's just the first. Wait, how many seasons is it? Like 6? Only the first 3 seasons you'll be crying every episode,
and the last season.
and the last season. So in
So
like
what do you have to
What's
not cry
enough?
about?
like
So cry
episode
about.
like season like 4 and 5 or whatever how many it is, you'd be okay.
No, but it's really good. I think
It's
that there
so
are a lot
good.
of discussions that come out of it. I think even for 4 seasons, like there's a lot of great discussions that came out of that show because even the reason that the guy gets divorced from his wife is like it's so petty. It's like, is this what it's gonna come to?
I might
Like,
have to watch it.
be thinking about. And even the kids, like you see some of their kids that are older and just the dynamic with their parents and how it impacts your kids. Even if you try to wait it out and do it later in life, them kids are still gonna be like, you still ruined my life. Whether you do it at 5 or you might as well do it when they're younger at this point. Like if you plan to get divorced, do it early. But it was very good, I thought. And don't bring no young people into our group. That's the other lesson.
What? Okay.
If you gonna get divorced, do not bring a young person in the group. Do not go finding your little. Don't be trying to get your groove back. Like, stay in our age range. That is a rule. We all need to sign on it because I don't got time.
Bruh. But the guy that was in the X-rays was awkward as I don't know what.
It was fine though. He fit into the group fine. The woman he got with didn't like him that much. That was the awkward part. But with the friends, when they were like talking and laughing, when they told a joke, he got the joke
Yeah, that's true.
because he was
Yeah.
old enough to get the joke.
Yeah.
So he fit in. She was the one that was like, yeah, I don't really like him like that. And then it became awkward because everybody's like, well, we liked them for a minute until you said you didn't like them. But
Yeah.
yeah, no young people. No young people. Nobody, what's the cutoff? At least it got to be within 5 years. I think 5 is good enough. 10 is crazy. 20 is crazy. 30 is, please. And I'm saying more like
7 within 7 is okay.
5 is okay. 5. Why we adding these extra 2 years?
I
5
thought
is
the
a
rule was ±7,
no, man. No, 5.
but I feel like in gay culture that is completely different. That is a different game.
It might be,
But y'all
but
be going for the old heads.
Or they be going when the old heads be going for the youngs.
I'm sure they do.
That's how it be.
Gotta get
well,
them young, keep it fresh. They
I
they
mean,
did that in the show.
look at all the celebrities. They be like, "Hi, I'm 34. and then the husband be like, "Hi, I'm 62." I'll be like, "Y'all do
We're
y'all
Mhm.
not doing that in this group. We got rules.
not rules."
Otherwise, we're gonna have to leave both of y'all out.
That's
Y'all
wild.
gotta can't pick
Y'all ate.
sides.
Yo.
That's wild.
But it was very interesting. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, we
That was pretty
watched it. It was good. It was good. It was a good show. But yeah, I definitely like it definitely throws off the group dynamic when it's somebody new and that person is like completely different in the sense of like they're super young, they're not catching on to like the same stuff that y'all are used to kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like our group has kind of gone through it a little bit, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem as extreme yet. And also the people refuse to actually be broken up. So we haven't really fully experienced it yet. So we'll see. We'll see if either of them decides to actually bring somebody new, how the dynamics will change.
Yeah.
They know who they are.
They do.
They
And do.
do.
And do. But yeah. Hopefully everybody gets with who they're supposed to be with and they settle it up. Settle it up so we can know and we can be sure.
Yeah.
Why do we
But
gotta be sure?
So that I can plan our group trips.
yeah, we can't be throwing in some random person at the 11th hour or trying to plan two trips or trying to decide who gonna come on a trip, who not gonna come on a trip.
That is not something we even do.
But that's what I said. It's the goal after watching 4 seasons.
Oh,
Then
I
we got
gotta
to go
watch the show then.
seasons. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like
This
every
was
season they go somewhere.
remember every season. Anyway, remember
Pretty much.
It's like every
remember
quarter.
remember in the beginning when I was getting caught up on the stuff I need to be caught up
So
on.
true. It's only because
That's
I
something
just
you're fully aware.
No, not of the show though.
Oh, my bad.
it's also because I literally just watched it like
I'm
this
gonna catch up.
weekend.
Don't worry, I'm gonna watch it.
I didn't want to like spoil it too much, but I feel like I said a lot, but
Yes, you
not a lot.
did.
I said a lot, but not a lot, because that's pretty much how the trailer goes. What I said
Yeah.
is in the trailer.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll see.
Yeah. The juicy part you have
Just
to
cut it
watch.
now. I got it. I got it. 'Cause you know you be. It don't take much for just to slip up, and it don't take
Me
much for
either.
Moira
That's
to
why I'm
slip up
trying real
either.
hard.
Ooh, speaking of that, you know what? That's what has me feeling grown. Sinners. Sinners has me feeling grown because I will not go watch it. I will not. I
Girl, you said
cannot.
sinners. I thought you said
Yes.
dinners. I was like, what about dinner?
Yo, I've been trying to like watch all the spoilers and like things to like catch up on like what actually happens in the movie, like so I can like sequentially know what actually happens. And like I don't know, I feel like I saw like somebody meme one of the not really meme it, but like they made like an animation version of like one of the scenes in the movie. And I was like, ooh, this is kind of scary.
Girl, it's not even scary. There
Turn
are
it up. I don't believe you.
you can
I
Everybody keeps
okay.
don't
saying
believe you.
Ask John because John be jumping in movies.
I
There
don't
have
believe
been
neither one of y'all. You know why? Because y'all watch Megan or whatever that doll
okay.
movie name is.
Megan wasn't even scary.
And that's why I don't
what is
believe any
Meg?
of y'all.
Megan when that girl came out and hit the flip, I was like, why are we talking about it? Why are we watching this movie?
I
Megan.
I am a
Yes.
big scaredy cat. I
The
can't do
daggone
it.
the AI girl doll baby doll thing. And
I don't
then
watch stuff like that.
the girl was walking
Exactly.
when she was walking down the hall and busted out a dance and then did a cartwheel. I was like, why are we watching this?
But she's possessed.
She wasn't possessed.
She was evil, possessed, the
She
same
wasn't.
thing.
She was just an AI.
That went wrong. Did she murder somebody? Exactly. Case in point. Will not be watching.
That's not scary though.
It is scary, bruh. Like,
I still prefer true crime to like made up stuff, because I'd be like, what's in y'all brains that y'all coming up with this? I don't like it. And then
you
you
know,
playing with demons and stuff. Like,
Okay,
fuck
but there
please.
was
that.
a demon.
I think that's what they've been talking about.
Oh well.
like spirits coming across your doorstep, and now everybody like, this is why I don't have a welcome sign outside my house. This is why I don't have a welcome mat. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't need.
The demons be reading the signs before they walk in.
Apparently, you saying welcome, you welcome in any and everything up in your house, and I'm like, not up in here. But if that's what y'all subscribe to, then that's what you subscribe to. But not up in here. Not up in here. But yes, no, I will not be seeing Sinners. I wish I could, but I know myself, and being grown means knowing yourself well enough to say, you know what? That's not healthy for me. I will not be watching it.
Gag.
But I do need to know what I need to know what happened in the movie without seeing it. So
No, you don't then. Then don't get the
I need
privilege.
to know.
I need
I
to
don't need to
know.
know.
I need to know so I can understand like the memes and the dissertations and everything that everybody's talking about. I just need to understand
No, watch the movie.
without watching the movie. Somebody do like the spark notes, you know?
Watch it with you, and I'll tell you when the scenes are coming.
I don't I don't trust you.
I swear, like none of the scenes that like I feel like you would think are the scenes that you would jump at are the scene. The thing that would have you jumping is when the screen like when it's like it's daytime, nighttime, daytime, and then that's like what you would be like, oh shoot, like that's the kind of stuff that will make you jump.
Not the whole group of people singing outside the door
No,
or whatever. That
this,
to me, that's the
girl,
part that would get me.
it
Let me
wasn't.
tell you,
It wasn't.
I well, let me not spoil that either. But I was watching Interview with a Vampire. I
The
surprisingly
TV
made it
show
through
or the movie?
the TV show.
Okay.
I made it through like the first season. Still had some nightmares, but
Girl,
second
nightmare.
season got too wild. I have not finished second season. Will not be going back to it. I can't.
Second season can be okay.
Second season, first two episodes. I'm out. I'm out. Y'all doing too much.
It gets bloodier.
I was out and I had nightmares for weeks.
It gets bloodier. I was like, oh, I was not ready.
And you know how I know being and Moya was like, you gotta see it so I know if I can see it.
Yeah,
We
because I don't even watch the stuff you're talking about. I never even heard of what you're talking about right now. Like I don't be on that side of the world. I have no idea what do you say, interviews with vampire? I've never heard of it. Never. It does not come across my timeline. It does not come across my TV. It would never be suggested to me. Never.
I only watched the first season because my friend that knows my level of tolerance recommended it. And it is a good show. But
So good.
second season I was just like, no. Listen, me and Moya tried to start, what was that, American Horror Story? We got like maybe 5 seconds into the first episode of the first season and was like, no.
Maybe y'all
We
missed
saw
the
some
title.
twins.
First
You said what?
Maybe you missed the
of all,
title.
I feel like I did not. I feel like that was not at my house. I would have never clicked that. It wouldn't be on my thing to click. That was at Jess' house. Like, oh, you want to try this? No, I don't. And it came on and it came off. Like, what are we talking about? American Horror Story? I don't like horror stories. I don't even
Yeah,
watch things that say, like, if it says thriller, I'm out. And my husband be like,
same.
it's not even scary. I don't want suspense. Unless you're gonna tell me how it ends and all the stuff in the middle before I watch it, I don't want to know. I don't want it. Like, I don't want it. I don't want to see. I don't want to jump because somebody came out of somewhere. I don't want somebody to like decide that now they're evil, and now I'm like, oh my goodness, the person I like is now evil. No, no, I
Yo,
don't.
I couldn't watch Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like, as soon as them swings started swinging, I had to turn the
Yeah,
TV
that was
off.
a different time of life, though.
Bruh. I didn't watch Courage the Cowardly Dog most of the
Okay,
That
time.
that was,
John gave me
but
nightmares
but courage
too.
was also a different level.
If I can't make it through Courage, how am I gonna make it through
No, but
anything else?
courage just like gave our entire generation nightmares.
But y'all still out here watching stuff. That's the problem, though. It didn't work.
Return the slab.
It worked for me.
Exactly.
It
It was
worked
too
for me.
much.
That's
So
fine.
yeah, I'm too grown to be watching scary stuff.
I'll tell you everything that happened in the movie later.
Okay,
Mm.
I'll take that, please. Thank you.
Make sure
Oh,
you do the scary part scary.
yeah.
Don't do the scary part scary. Just tell me straight.
I know so bad.
Right, so you can understand the dissertations. Crazy.
Yeah. I just need to know without seeing
Mm. So our next segment is Kids Corner.
I got one. The other day, so I had to poop so bad, and I was pooping. I mean, yeah, that's every day. And like I see, like I hear John like run upstairs and like go to the bathroom because I'm in the bathroom with the tub, like the one that Kendall gets her bath in. So then he like turns and runs. I was like, oh, that's weird. So then I hear like our bathtub turn on. So I finish and I go look. Like I walk in there, I was like, "Oh, why? Oh, you're giving Kendall a bath? That's so random." And he was like, "She just go downstairs." Kendall got into the cabinet with the cooking oil,
Mm-mm.
and oil is everywhere. It's all on the floor. And John is, I already knew he was upset. So I went upstairs like, I got it. So I went downstairs. I'm tossing baking soda all on the floor. I was just going. I looked like a flower girl the way I was throwing that daggone baking soda everywhere. So it kind of like, it got there. So they finish. Like, so I'm still trying to clean it up. I'm like trying to sweep up the baking soda into the little pan, like a dustpan. And then John's like watching Kendall, and then he comes over like, "Dang, it's a lot of baking soda." I was like, "Yeah." So then I was like, "Well, let me get the vacuum." So we go over there, get the vacuum. I turn around, Kendall got daggone baking soda on her face, and I was like, "Kendall."
Y'all are some rookies. Rookie
like,
mistakes.
I was like, Kendall. I was like, "Why? Why?" So I was like, "Okay." So we get it off her face. I'm still trying to clean it up. So I'm like scrubbing everything, and John's just like, "Huh." And I was like, it had to happen. I was like, it's just, it's just. He's like, why are you not upset? And I was like, because it's hilarious. Like, we got oil all on our daggone floor. I got baking soda. Baking soda is daggone on Kindle now. Like, it's everywhere. I was like, it's just funny. He's like, it is funny. And I was like, and now we know. Not have this happen again. So,
Lock it up.
yeah. Um,
Still have those little magnets on my things. I refuse. I don't trust them kids. You need to be able to reach the top of the refrigerator to open a cabinet in my house.
yeah, that is. So that was my kids corner, and it was absolutely hilarious.
That is funny.
It was a moment. It was definitely a whole thing. So
Yeah. I think the closest we got to that was the grease. My kids used to do, I know Vaseline. I think one day Joyous wanted to moisturize herself at like Kendall's age, and she just like Vaseline her whole head, her hair, and like everything. I was like, I mean, okay, I guess your Vaseline. She didn't get it on no walls. It was literally just globs Vaseline. I'm pretty sure I have a picture somewhere.
I don't even know where the oil got on Kindle. I just saw they just was straight to the tub, and I was like,
That's funny.
but
Oh,
baking soda will get that. It'll soak it all up. Use a little soap and water, and vinegar. There you go.
hmm. I just bought a bunch of vinegar and baking soda like this week, so now I
Now you know. Now
know.
you know. What y'all got?
So we are, this is our second week of swim class, and it's been like 4 days a week, 30 minutes, 30-minute class. And Vivi has been like the star student, like
Okay, not the star student.
the star student. Everybody loves her. Like everybody's always like, "Oh, she's so cute." And it's been good because she's just chilling. So many of the kids, like she's maybe like the maybe second to youngest or youngest person in the class because there's another kid that's kind of small that's around her age. But yeah, most of the kids are closer to like 2 and 3. So, they're talking, they're walking and everything. Like she stands, she can walk, but she has to walk like holding somebody. So, yeah, we be in class and she'll, swim on her back. She does well with the water being on her face. She doesn't like it, but she doesn't cry. And a lot of them kids be like crying their eyeballs out. Like, I ain't trying to put nobody's kid's name on blast, even though like 5 people watch this show, but one of them kids has a very interesting name. And that baby be crying their eyes out. Like, okay. For your it's not very apropos for your name, but okay. Um but yeah, she be kicking in class. She does all the little like games. She grabs the toys. The teacher loves her. Like, oh my gosh, Vivi held my hand today. Oh my goodness, Vivi, you're doing such a great job.
Okay.
Like,
Showing off.
yeah,
Mhm.
literally. And then you get her
Mhm.
home, put her in a bathtub, and she loses her mind.
That's because y'all be
But
trying to isolate her in that bathtub. She needs group activity. Group.
apparently,
Y'all
apparently,
all
like,
need to get in this tub and stop trying to have her in here. She's like, I don't know what y'all think this is.
no, for
Y'all
real.
trying to drown me. It's like, if you're
For
in here with
real.
me, I can trust you.
That's really what it is, because we've done like because like the classes are like every day, like some days I'm like, just get in the shower with me, wash up, and then we'll be done. And when we do that, she's better. She don't cry. She will not cry. But if we bathtub her, she's like, I don't want to be in here. Why y'all got me in here? I don't like it. And everybody's like, we would never know. Like the way she is in class, she's so great. She never cries. She does all the activities. She looks so relaxed.
Hmm.
Crazy.
The pool was the only time that child let me hold her in the pool. It's like, I guess you could hold me.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been a great experience. I'm glad she's been doing so well. Like my mom, like on the days that she babysits, she's like, I'll come with you to class. And I'm like, okay. And then even the day that I had to go to my own class, and Ronald had to take her to class, my mom was like, I'll meet him there. I'll meet him there. Like she is loving going to these classes. And
Right.
then Cam came today with us to class. And mind you, the place has like a sign that says no video recording while the classes are going on. And this man over the
That's
pool.
funny.
I'm like, you know what? If ain't nobody gonna stop him, I ain't. Because we gonna love these videos and these pictures. But yeah, it's been
Exactly.
great. It's been great.
That's good. I'm glad it's going.
Yeah. Hmm.
Cameron definitely will capture all the moments.
Hmm.
Okay, what is it? Kids
Kids
Corner. Oh,
Corner.
okay. Kids Corner. So Mother's Day just passed, and on Sunday morning, I'm asleep. It's probably like 7 o'clock, and my daughter walks in fully dressed for church, and she's like, "Happy Mother's Day!" And I'm like, 7 o'clock in the morning, but thank you. And she's like, turns the light on. Look, I'm ready for church. And I'm like, oh, you got yourself ready. She's like, yeah, I wanted to surprise you for Mother's Day. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. Like, who told you it was Mother's Day? She was like, because she's been asking me every day since she was asking me all of last week because they sent stuff home. So she would ask me Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I kept saying, it's on Sunday, it's on Sunday. So I think Saturday she asked me again. I was like, it's tomorrow. She was like, you told me yesterday. And I'm like, oh, look at you remembering. And she know that my love language is be independent. My love language is don't make me have to do the stuff that you can do by yourself. So she got herself ready. She's like, I can go downstairs and get myself some breakfast. And I'm like, can you? Because I don't think you can reach any of the breakfast food. Like a lot of my stuff in my house is out of reach for my kids because I don't like them touching everything. But she did all that, and I was like, I'm really proud of this girl because she's like trying to do the thing. Not always, like don't get carried away, but she's trying to. At least when she feels like my mom needs this, she'll do it. Now, if she feel like I'm all right, she not doing nothing. She not doing no. She's no extra. But the times where she feels like, you know what, let me do something nice for my mom, she'll do the things that she know I like, which I like.
That's good.
Um, yeah, and I don't think I have anything for Hezzy right now. That man, he's a baby. Like I said that my kids don't cry in that one episode, and then he just started crying. I was just like, you want to make me out to be a liar, huh? like we don't do that in this house. We do not do all this crying. Like, he just cries for dumb stuff too, like all the stuff people were talking about on the internet, and I'd be like, your kids do that? And now he's like, you tell him, like, let's say he wants something, and you're like, Hezzy, you can't have that. Tears. Only at home though. He doesn't do it in public, which I guess is okay. But at home, full tears, and then here come his sister. It's not that serious. I, she tells me no all the time. Like, okay, relax. I don't tell you no all the time.
All the time is crazy.
You know how that's how she talks. She'd be like,
Hmm.
always or never. I never get to do okay, but you watched TV yesterday.
Sound
I
like her mama.
always like whatever. But no, I think that he's I don't know. It's like he doesn't know how to control his emotions right now. And we're trying to work on it again. Because he was doing well. Like normally he expresses what he wants. But I think it's the like, okay, I told you what I wanted and you said no, so I'm not understanding. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe my kids are used to just getting what they want, and that's why they don't cry.
Yeah, big feelings because it's like, well, what am I supposed to do with these feelings now that I can't have what I wanted and I expected to have it? Like it's your expectations not being met. And
Yeah,
like that leads to disappointment and he doesn't really know how to handle disappointment yet. Like
yeah,
there are plenty of adults that don't know how to handle disappointment. So, I mean, yeah.
yeah. I think that right now, at least the last couple weeks, I have not had as much patience to explain every little thing. Like
Yeah.
I explain what's going on. I'll be like, no, you can't do this because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, don't ask me again. Like that's where I'm at. Do
Yeah.
not ask me one more time about whatever it is you ask me about. I'll get to it when I get to it.
That's fine.
And that is like changing them people is rocking their world. Like they're like, what's going on? But
Yeah.
I'm trying to do better though, because I don't want to like scar them. But I also need them to know that sometimes you need to just relax. Like I will get to it. Or I won't, because I said no. Like, I might not. I already gave you
Yeah.
an answer.
No is a full sentence, but that don't always work with kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a great segue into our topic for today, which is motherhood slash fatherhood slash parenthood. Coming off the heels of Mother's Day, me and Moyo are mothers, and then of course Sean's a father. So like I think we just want to kind of talk through like the kind of parents we see ourselves as, the kind of parents we thought we would be, and the kind of parents we aspire to be. I don't think we really talked about that so much, or at least not a dedicated episode on it. So we're gonna take this episode to kind of talk about it.
You know
Yeah.
what's very interesting?
Mm-hmm.
When people
What?
wish me Happy Mother's Day.
That's interesting. That is interesting.
It
That
is.
is very
Does it
interesting.
make you feel some type of way?
Yes. Because I ain't a mama. I got a few text messages like Happy Mother's Day, Sean. I'm like, I don't even know how to
Wow.
respond. Like, I'll send it to my mom. I'm like, I don't know. And it's like,
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is, but I mean, I feel like that's the same thing as people who be like, Happy Father's Day to the moms too.
To the
yeah,
single mom.
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh yeah, it's just very interesting. I mean, because in my head, I'm like, I mean, well, Kendall got a mom. Like, I know her mom. Like, I sent her a Happy Mother's Day text. Um, and it's like, I mean, and then there's, you know, the moms out there that's out there being mamas. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I
There's
just
definitely a difference between moms and dads. So it's like, am I being a mom? Like what's giving mom to y'all?
What's
right,
giving mom? What's giving motherhood?
right. So it's like, well, maybe I'll just respond in a month, like on Father's Day, like thanks.
Like
Yeah, there you go. Reply. Thank you.
But my
yeah.
bad, go ahead, Moya.
The only thing I think I was going to talk about, like things that I enjoyed growing up, like the things that my mom did or even my dad that I enjoyed growing up were, I think that my parents were very protective. Like they didn't let us, well, my mom didn't let us do a lot of craziness. Like you couldn't just be doing whatever. And I never questioned it because I wasn't the type of kid to want to do a bunch of stuff. And I wonder what my brothers would say because I always feel like sometimes these conversations would be good to have with them. And I should probably do that. But because our lives were completely different. Like the life I
Mm-hmm.
was living in that house and the life them people was living, night and day. Because I'm like, how did y'all do that? And they're like, yeah, I did this. I went to this one. I went to that. I'm like, okay. But I also didn't even ask to do a lot of things because I was very like to myself. Like I was always just with my mom. Like that was my going out is to go shopping with her or go do whatever she want to do. Like I was her handbag. Like drag me wherever you want to drag me to and make sure you buy me stuff while we there. Like that's what we did. And so I like that closeness and like the watching over me and like walking me through things. And that's something that seems like it's missing a lot. Like people want their kids to be independent so bad and to be out into the world so bad that it's like you're there to guide them. And just because you figured it out, quote unquote, let me figured it out, doesn't mean that you should then push your kids out there to figure it out as well, especially
Mm-hmm.
if you can avoid it. Like there's certain
Mm-hmm.
lessons that you shouldn't have to learn if your parents already like taught you, right? You shouldn't have to
Yeah.
learn on your own is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Um so like paying bills. Do you want to figure it out or do you want to get somebody to sit you down and be like, these are bills. This is how you use a credit card. This is how you do
Mm-hmm.
this. Like those type of things. Like, oh, if you don't pay your bills, this is what happens. If you want to pay something off quickly, this is how you do it. If you want to
Yeah.
invest, this is how you do it. Like those type of things. Like just life lessons. Because a lot of people are like, oh, they don't teach you this stuff in school, and it's like, you, what's your parents for? Like y'all want these schools to do a lot and
Yeah.
school is not there to do all of that. Like you have parents for a reason, and I know some people don't have parents, so I'm not trying to be like insensitive to those people. But you have people in your life to help you get through life, and I think those people are there for a reason, and you should be able to lean on them. But as children, we only know what we know, and we don't even know what to ask for.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we are parents, we know the things that went well, the things that we were like, dang, I wish somebody would have told me this so that I could have gotten here faster, or I could have, did certain things a little differently. And that is something I think about a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Like I'm always like my daughter said, she didn't want to keep moving schools because they had their preschool and now they're in a school. And I told her next year she's going to another school that I am hoping she will stay at. But I'm like, I want to find a place that is good for you. And I'm explaining that to her. She's like, I don't want to make new friends. And I'm like, but you're really good at making new friends. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
yeah, I am.
like, so I was like, so you'll be okay then. And she's like, but I'm gonna miss my old friends. I'm like, yeah, but you probably won't remember them. Like you're not gonna remember them in a couple years. Like you're 5. So just being able to like advocate for them to be like, I'm trying to do what's best for you, and hopefully one day you'll understand what I was doing. Um, and maybe she won't, but I'm gonna try as much as I can try.
Yeah.
I had a similar kind of conversation at work the other day, but it really was more like it was about like our retirement and stuff about like because I was talking to people and it just seemed like black people's retirement stuff wasn't where it should be, or like they just didn't know different things about like here's what you should be doing. Here's like if you're gonna do this, this is like the very safe route. You should be doing these kind of investments, and it just seemed like we just didn't
Mm-hmm.
know. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, it's crazy because white people be having this stuff down. I was like, and they be sharing that knowledge with each other. And I was like, it's the same thing where black people it'd be real quick to be like, well, you getting out of my house now. And I'm like, dang, they 17 and a half, 18. I'm like, white people don't be doing that. I was like, they be right at home collecting that money. That don't be getting interest on interest on interest. Like, and they just be
Yeah.
saving and making money, and then boom, they they rich, and I'm like, and then they teach that on and pass it on. Black people, I don't know, we just be doing this thing where it's like, I say we as a collective, where it's just like, I y'all can't be doing better than I am. Like, and I had a conversation with somebody in my program about that, where it's just like, where they were like, I'm not telling somebody how much money I make. I'm like, why? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's that got to do? Like, why? Like, it's not harming you. I was like, well, if these are your friends that you're not telling, I was like, get new friends. Cause what? Like, are they about to? What they about to do? I was like, you just
Yeah.
trying to figure out. You just trying to make sure you making the money you should be making. They making the money they should be making. But like, don't. What do the young people say? Don't gatekeep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just I think of it very similarly to like parenting
Mm-hmm.
at times where it's just like I think sometimes we just don't pass on the stuff that we should, or people try and do that whole like, well, this is how it was for me. I'm not trying to raise no child where it's like I had this struggle, so you about to have a struggle for
Yeah.
what?
Mm-hmm.
For
Yeah.
why? Like I'm
Yeah.
My
not.
mom was famous for that. She was like, we not having you struggle. Wherever we can not have you struggle, like, why do you desire to struggle? Like, because I would try to do things on my own. And she's just like, why do you want to struggle? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we can help you through this. Like, we can walk you through this. Like, we're not trying to do it for you, but let us walk with you through it. And like, in hindsight, I definitely appreciate it because it was, you either learn the lesson the hard way or you learn it with guidance. And before you hit a mistake, ended up having to like figure out how to make steps back from the mistake or make up for the mistake. And like, I think for me, when I was younger, like, I did not appreciate as much that my parents were like helicopter parents and so involved in like everything I did until I got older. And I mean, I feel like sometimes I didn't mind it. Like, if I lived in the middle of nowhere, so it was very hard for my parents to just drop me off and leave me. So if we went out, we were in town. So they had to hang around town or hang out in the area that, wherever I was going, because ain't no going back home and then coming back out to come pick me up. So, like, they were always very close or in the vicinity. And for me, I think in the back of my mind, it always gave me the safety of like, okay, well, I'm safe because I know they're 5 minutes away, 2 minutes away, they're in the area, they're in the building. If I need to go or if I don't feel safe, I can always go to them. And so I feel like that I'm all over the place, but that played a part in I think how I am as an adult, where I carry myself with like an awareness of my surroundings when I'm not with somebody else that I trust. Because I'm like, I need to be alert. I need to be on guard and protect myself, be mindful of my surroundings, etc. But yeah, I think my parents did a really good job of like guiding me with all the different stuff. And like, even though they didn't know everything, like, they didn't really know a lot about investments. Like, they knew as much as, they could learn. And they weren't really taught by, their parents or anything because their parents had rural backgrounds. So there really was no investing, you know. But the stuff that they did know, they did show me. Like, they showed me, my mom took me to open up my first bank account. My dad, helped me on my commute to my first job, like my first real job. Like, they were there every step of the way and helped me like, this is how you should save, this is how you budget, you need to have this much money to do this. You don't want to overdraft your account, stuff like
Right.
that. And then always like, first paying bills, like I would go up to like the buildings to drop the check off or to mail the checks off. And then when things went virtual, my mom was like, you can sit next to me while I pay the bills online. This is what it looks like paying the bills online. Like, they showed me everything.
Hmm.
Even my dad, like, this is how you fix this. If something is wrong, even if you don't know how to fix it, this is how you find out what's wrong, and this is how you look up or find out how to fix it. Like, he had a whole encyclopedia, like, wall in the house. So before the internet, before the internet, kids, that's what we used. Hard encyclopedia books. And so he's like, if you don't know, let's look it up. Let's research it. Let's go to the library. Let's find books. Let's find resources to figure stuff out. Let's watch a movie or a documentary. Like whatever we did not know and whatever my dad did not know, he would like find ways for us to learn it, but also make it fun. Because we would also go to the museums. One of the best benefits of growing up in this area is like there's Smithsonian's almost everywhere and they're all free. So he's like, hey, if I have some free time on the weekend, I'm taking her to the Smithsonian because all I got to do is pay to get there. And once we're in there, we don't have to pay for any of the exhibits or anything. We just go wherever, see the things, read the things, learn about stuff. Like the things that I was interested in, he's like, I have no idea about that, but we can go to a museum or we can go to the library or we can check out a book. And so I think they always nurtured the curiosity, but they also gave me as much as they could with what they had.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that, and I was, I think it was last week. My dad was talking to someone about how he doesn't. We don't live. We didn't used to live somewhere close to a bus stop, and they used to take me, drive me to a bus stop so that I could know how to use the bus. But I'm like, they didn't just drop me off. They would sit there and wait for the bus to come. I'm like, all this time, y'all could have just took me where I was going. But it was just like, you have to be independent. But independent, you still right here. Like, if the bus didn't
Mhm.
come on time, they're like, all right, just get in the car. And I'm
Mhm.
like, we could have avoided this and you could have just been driving me where I need to go. But now I can be like, oh, I can read a sign. When I go to an airport, I know where I'm going. When I go to a
Mhm.
bus station, I can figure it out because they force me to. Like, there's certain things that is like, why am I learning this? I don't need to know this. Like, I would
Mhm.
not really want to. We would go, if we went to an airport, we didn't go to that many trips like that. But if we were to go to an airport, my dad is like, look at the sign for this. You got it? Like, I'm thinking I'm just going to have a husband that will tell me. And
Yeah.
I did not have that husband. So apparently I had to learn these things. No, my husband knows this stuff too, but like, he's not one of those. I don't know if y'all seen the post where it's like, oh, I turn my brain off when I'm around my husband. Like, I don't have that. I don't have that kind of husband. I need my brain on. We both need our brains working at the same time. So it is interesting some of the things that we would have taken for granted at the time or been like, bro, it'll
Mhm.
be so much easier if you just do it for me, or it'd be so much easier if you just whatever. Like my mom literally would make me watch her cook. And I'm like, the food get cooked the same, whether I look or I don't look. Like, do I have to stand in here? And then all of a sudden it's like, now I'm the one cooking. And everybody's like, you didn't cook before? And I'm like, I never cooked the thing, but I sat here and I watched every day. Like my mom would literally call me from outside and be like, come watch me cook. You can help me chop some onions or you can help me prep something, but she wouldn't actually let me cook anything. So it was interesting because I still learned it. And my kids are not like that. Like they won't just, I mean, they aren't that age yet, but I don't know if I would do it the same way. I think I would probably let them be more hands on because I was just like, I don't want to be in here with you. But that also, I think it helped build our bond because it was always me and her. So my brothers didn't have that. And I think that they wish they did because then they had to come to me to be like, can you teach me how to do this that I didn't get to learn when we could all sat in there and did it. But I was her only daughter. So there's like this, I don't know if it's Nigerian culture too, because I've been watching some YouTubers who have just one daughter and the way they are raising that daughter is similar to how my mom raised me. And I'm like, y'all, I feel like y'all are doing a disservice to y'all sons. Like, yeah, your daughter's gonna know everything, but your sons, they need that too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
with my son now, I don't try to separate them. Who was it? Was it yesterday? I was talking when Maurice was talking about, you better do that for Hezzy, and I'm like, all right, relax. Like I'm trying to do everything for both of them because even though he's a boy, he still needs all the things. Like he needs all the things the same as she needs all the things. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna do this for my daughter, but not this for my son, or oh, he'll be able to do this on his own, but she can. Like, no, we're not doing that. You do not have to
Mhm.
take care of him. He does not have to take care of you. Like y'all got each other's back as
Mhm.
siblings, but you are not responsible for each other at this age,
Yeah.
especially. And when y'all grow up, hopefully that, I don't know what my hope is really. Like, I hope that they're close and that they would be feel responsible for each other, but I don't want them feeling like, I grew up and I had to take care of him, or I had to do this, or I had to do that. And now either you feel like you have to keep doing it, or you feel like I'm not doing that again. Like, y'all got it. Like, those are
Hmm.
the extremes of the way that people raise the first daughter conversation. Like, that whole thing is that's a whole nother topic. But it's a lot. It's a lot to put on someone. And maybe it's also good that I only have the two. And sometimes I appreciate the fact that we stopped, even though I wish I had more kids too. Like, sometimes I'm like, I wish I had more kids, and sometimes I'm like, two is enough. Like, two. um but stopping at two allows you to give the two the same level of effort without feeling overly stressed. And once you
Yeah.
start getting into three and four, people are like, oh, once you have four, it's like you have one. That's because you aren't watching them anymore. Like, that's because you're letting them just run wild, and you're not taking the care that it takes. And I don't care how many, like, I watch people where like, no, I do all the things for all my kids, but you have to schedule in an hour a week for your child because you got too many.
Not,
They might appreciate it in the future, but I'm just saying, if you only had two, you could have days dedicated to them instead of, yeah, hour here, hour there. Like, I don't know. That might get me canceled. Like, because I be judging. I be judging. I be judging. I be judging them.
I feel
Like,
like it's one of those like the one video I think you might have tweeted or threaded a while ago where the lady was talking about like the type of mother that I want to be to my kids really determined the number of kids that we were going to have. And she's like,
yeah,
I have a certain amount of emotional capacity or bandwidth for X amount of kids. And she was like, for me, it's three. I think she said three. And, some other people are like, yeah, for me it's one, for me it's two. And I'm like, I can't really answer at this point because I'm still going through it with postpartum and still having a baby. But I definitely feel like max for me personally too, because I want to be involved. I want to be overly invested in my child to the point where I know them and I know them well enough that I can defend their character. I can determine, what they would or would not do in a situation.
yeah,
And I want them to feel like home is safe and mom is safe and dad is safe. Like, there's so much that I think can be missed when you're just at the surface level. Okay, you ate, you're clothed, you're not in trouble, you're doing your schoolwork, like these are full humans with full
yeah,
feelings and full
right.
ranges of emotion, and things happen. And I mean, I know just from hearing from other people, like small things make a big difference. Like how you help your child through grief makes a difference. If your child is grieving a loss of a loved one and you just tell them, stop, get over it, like it's been over for a while, like just grow up, put a smile on it and keep it moving, what does
yeah,
that do to their psyche? That could have impacted them for the rest of their life. So I don't know. I think the type of mom that I want to be, I don't think I could manage more than two kids. I mean, the one I have right now, she is a lot in a great way, Like I love that she is needy, and clingy, and she's coming into her personality. She's cautious with exploring, but very curious. Like, I love these things about her. And I love that I have the capacity and the time, to let her be who she is and discover herself. And also for me to learn and watch her, and even now I still feel like I don't have enough time to fully like be there all the time. So to imagine myself adding two or three or four more to that, I'm like, no. And
yeah,
then still be healthy myself. I think that's the other part. Like, still be healthy myself. Nah,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah. But I hear you with the gender roles thing. Like, I think that is a huge, huge disservice because I know y'all probably heard me talk about it, and I haven't talked about it on here, but I feel like people raise their sons to feel like, oh, they are so, like, they are just the perfect man, and they're really not. Like, they don't know how to clean, they don't know how to cook, they don't know how to take care of themselves. They think a woman is supposed to be there, essentially replace their mother. Like, those are the kind of men that are out here. And women have been raised to a point where they know how to do everything. And so now, mind you, I'm generalizing. And so now men are just like, well, I bring this to the table. And it's like, boy, I built the table and the house. I, I don't
Yeah.
need this little pocket change you bring it to the table. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's great that, they have a good head on their shoulders, but what skills do they have? Like, what else do they know how to do other than be a good person?
Like they're
Yeah.
still using the same washcloth for their face and their body.
Bro,
You
you
know
would be
what,
surprised.
bruh? Sean, I feel like Sean and Marcus
Are
have
the
spoiled us.
exceptions.
No,
Yes.
they've spoiled us, right? Because we feel like, okay, why can't you build this? Sean can do it. Or why can't you plan this? Marcus can do it. Like y'all, y'all have messed us up.
Y'all
You
messed
messed
us.
us up for everybody. But
You
and
really
then
did.
on top of that, my daddy, like my daddy messed me up too. I'm not gonna lie. My daddy messed me up, but then I went from my daddy to Sean and Marcus. Like,
Hmm.
please, I need
See,
everybody to get it together.
I feel like that's the
Literally.
benefit of having friend groups that are mixed with gender. Because I feel like
Yeah.
when it's just one way, then it's just like you don't. I mean, it keeps everybody in check too. Like it just makes you
Hmm.
think more. Like, all right, let me go do this. Sometimes I'd be like, they ain't about to get on my case.
Yeah,
I've been thinking
yeah,
Yeah.
about it. Like,
Yeah.
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 I mean, that's how I think Marcus does that for us because he'll be like, "Well,
Yeah.
look at it like this," and I'm like, "I don't want to. I don't
No, for
actually want.
real.
I want to look
Like,
at how I was looking at it. I want to talk to Jess about it. Actually, you could leave the call. Like, we don't want to talk to you no more."
it'd be rough,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it is very interesting of how that works. Just
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah, the guys gotta have y'all face skincare routines together too, because it'd be needed.
yeah,
Needed.
Yeah. That is crazy though. Literally left my daddy who could build anything, do anything, and my mama who was a great planner to having friends that are a great planner and can build and do anything. So I'm like, what's wrong with these men out here?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
wild. That's absolutely hilarious.
But I think it does motivate. I think from at least for my husband, ain't no man about to show him up. So if I say, Sean built a pantry, he'll be like, Sean built the pantry. What you mean he built the pantry? I'm like, he went and he bought this thing and then he did this. He's like, oh, I could do that. Okay, put it on the list. Let's do it. And I'm like, so I said to him, like, we need to start DIYing more. That way we don't end up in a situation we in now. And he's like, yeah, but you saying we, you mean me. And I'm like, yes, actually. Like, I'm going to start it and I'm gonna do it the best I can do it, and then you finish it because you should have started in first place. Like, I'm gonna buy the stuff and you're gonna have to do it. So now we have that established because he can do it. It's just that I'm not putting the pressure on that man neck enough to do it. So now I'm like, no. I'd be like, no, Sean did it. And Sean said he was gonna do it, and literally within 2 months, it's done. It did not take a year to figure this out. So yeah,
No,
y'all be putting the pressure on them.
Well, that's what I'll be
bruh.
trying to do also for being a parent, because it's like, all right, I said I was going to do this, now I got to do it. And what I
Yeah,
really need to do is, I said I was going to lose weight, now I got to lose weight, especially because it's, these titties be tittying, so stomach be stomaching. That's next on the list.
bruh. I think as a dad too, like the weight that daughters put on the opinions of their dad is crazy. Like even at this, like the young ages that our kids are, I can say something to my daughter and she don't care. Her daddy say the same thing. It's like bond, like that's what it is. And I'm like, I just said that. Like, I just said the same thing. Like, it's crazy. She was swimming. We went to the pool on Saturday, and because they keep making her, they said she has to redo the class, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure she can swim. And her dad shows up. That girl's swimming. She's swimming from one side of the thing to the other side by herself. I said, and when I was with her, she's like, I can't do it. I can't. Just come a little closer so that I can just. And I'm like, but you know how to do it. And then I'm like, her daddy walks in, swimming like a fish, and I'm like, can you video her? And he gets in the water instead. I'm like, I can't just have my moment. Like, I just wanted you to video us in the water. But he gets in the water and he's like pulling her out farther and then trying to get my son. My son does not care about nobody, so we gotta figure out his motivation. I don't care about none of y'all. We gotta figure out his motivation. But for her daddy, nah, she let him in.
That's very
But yeah,
funny.
I said that because basically when you say something to your daughters, like it's like, what's the word I want to use? You have a daddy, just explain what I'm trying to explain. Like the things that your dad say just hold more weight. Like you and
They
your
do a
mom can
little bit, yeah.
argue and you can go back and forth. If you argue with your daddy, nah. Like my dad said one thing to me ever in life and I can't get it out my mind. To this day. To this day, I be thinking about that day. He was supposed to pick me up from somewhere and I was not ready. And he said something like, oh, that was a waste of time. The tears, the tears that I cried that day and for days to come because my daddy said I wasted his time. Like, you would have thought that the man beat me or cussed me out or something. Like, that was the only time ever in life that my dad said something that I felt was hurtful. And I can't get over it. I'm gonna be 65 talking about my dad that one time told me. Like,
Yeah.
I can't get over it. But
Yeah.
it's just the weight. Like my mom said all kind of stuff to me. I'm like, girl, I don't care. Like I do not care. I'm still gonna do it, and you still gonna do what you're supposed to do.
And we gonna be back here in another couple of days. We gonna be going
Oh,
back at it. So
I know.
anyway,
No, when Jess was arguing with her mom, I'm like, girl, you already know y'all gonna be back together. Like whatever. But let that have been her dad. She would have been in shambles.
bruh, me and my dad had to have a heart to heart about our stuff, and I was just like breaking down while we having a heart to heart. Like me and my mom, when we go at it, like yeah, I cry, but it'd be like angry tears. But my dad, it'd be like sadness tears, and then it'd be like, we gotta fix this. We gotta fix this. And
Right
then
now.
me and my mom, we'd be like, I'll talk to you in a couple days. And when we talk, it's like we never even had the argument in the first.
No, it's definitely different.
It's so different. It's so different. Yeah. Yeah. If I disappointed my father, di- disappointed my mom, I'm like, girl, I do that every day.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's new? But my dad, I feel like that's what happened with our wedding. Like my dad was like, yeah, he's cool. I was like, great, we going forward. I don't care what nobody else got to say.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What else was I was gonna mention? I feel like I'm also trying to do stuff that not necessarily that my parents didn't do, but I just want to make sure, like Kendall and if we have another child are well rounded. Like I just want
Yeah.
them to be, so like one, throwing my race back in there. Like at swim class, I'd be looking around like, where the black people at? I was like, but we about to
Yeah.
be the black swimmers up in here. We gonna be in this water. But like, you gonna learn how to swim. Like
Y'all
I
need to
didn't
be in
learn how
this
to swim.
area.
Girl, that's
But
the
go ahead,
moon.
sorry.
But
Ain't
we
nobody
gonna
moving
learn.
to that area.
Um, so then it's like also like maybe we'll look into playing an instrument. Me and John can't play an instrument, but I feel like that's good for your brain.
Something.
Yeah, it's good for your
Mm,
brain. You know what? We gonna do that. We gonna be at Lowe's on Saturday or whatever, doing little
Yeah.
building things.
yes.
Those
Yeah.
are,
I
I
think
used
it's
to
keep
love
up.
that. It was so fun. Like that was my thing to go, which is probably why I like boating stuff now. But like we gonna be in there, play your sports, do those things. We gonna volunteer. because we got to give back. People have
Mm-hmm.
given to us. We will give back. So yeah, just things I think
Yeah,
about.
I
Yeah.
think that's
I think
great.
those are all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
about Moya said the bus thing. I was a full adult the first time I got on a bus, and I ain't know what to do. Whole privileged. Like I was like, I don't understand. I even walked by the person. I even walked by the bus driver. They were like, "What are you doing?" I
You
was
ain't
like, "I
pay.
have no clue. I don't know where the thing is."
This man walking on the bus to get a
Yeah,
seat. Excuse me.
like I was. I had to let everybody else go around me, and then the bus was even moving. I was trying to figure out what to do. I was like, I got it eventually, but it was much easier when I got to overseas. Like then I was like, oh, well, also some of the places were just free buses, so that was really easy. Because then you just walked on. But the rest, I was like, dang, this was wild. I was like, I should have definitely been on a bus before this. Um,
But are we gonna do that for our kids? Like, what's the reason? Like, I'm thinking, like, am I gonna repeat that, or am I just gonna just let them be
We probably
privileged?
would.
nah, what we do, we'll stage it. Like one of us will be on this bus, and then we'll be like, all right, y'all got to get to the mall. All right, get to the mall. And one of us just be on the bus in the back. Like, clearly
We're
it
gonna have
can't
to
be me
plan this out.
because I don't know how to get on the bus in the first place. So I'm out. But
Like, well, I think it just depends on the age, but like, I'm trying to think what age. Maybe.
I got on the subway. Like, I went to New
Yeah,
York
that's
and
what
got
I'm
on the
thinking. Like,
subway, but I did
yeah.
not get on a bus.
I don't know about bus. I could see like the trains because me and Ronald did the trains as kids. Like, him more so than me because he lived in DC. But for me, like, I probably did them like more so by myself when I was maybe like higher teenage years and then like early 20s, especially early 20s because I'm working. So like my routes would change depending on what my where my job was. So me and my dad would commute there together, commute to the stop, and then we, go our separate ways on the train. But he would know at this time we're gonna meet up at this station or this stop, and if I'm not there or he not there, we calling. So I think like there's times and opportunities. And I also think because we also like he made it normal when we would like go to the museums, like we're gonna take the trains, we're gonna take the bus, we're gonna walk, we're gonna do this. So like it was incorporated into like normalcy for me of like knowing how to navigate these things. And him like giving me opportunities to see like, okay, this is where we're going, this is our stop. We're starting here. Can you tell me how we're gonna get here? Do you know how many stops we're gonna have? I mean, even when we do road trips, like he would give me the regular map and
Oh,
Yeah,
I can like
the
no
map
I
quest.
yes, like no map quest, like here's the map. Tell me where we're going, what highway we're on. Can you tell me by the mile marker where we are on the map? Like all of that. And like I can read a regular map because every road trip that was my responsibility of having the map and telling us where we are, where we're going, what roads we can take, what's a back road, how we get off, how we get back on. I loved it. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot. And a lot of it was always, situational, but I think taking the time to explain the situation. And I think that's something that with our parents and other generations and even our generation, like having the time to explain, I think is going to be like key in making a difference. And like we won't always have the time to explain, but I think when we do, taking that time to do so will help them understand and help them also like
mm,
learn. Because I feel like Moya was saying earlier, like a lot of them are just like, well, I had to figure it out, so you have to figure it out. And it's just like, why would you want them to suffer the way you suffered of having to figure it out if you now have the knowledge? Why don't you teach? Like,
yeah,
pass
Yeah,
it on. Like that is generational wealth. Like wealth of knowledge helps people, survive. So like
yeah,
if you know, why don't you share? If you know better and you know how to do better, teach your kids.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But that's the parent I aspire to be. I would hope that I am able to teach her along the way. And I know my husband has also expressed the same thing of like wanting to have the time to like teach her along the way and like show her things and explain things and help her be well rounded. Like none of this, because you're a girl, you can only do this, you will only do this, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like no, like if you're interested in whatever, then let's go see whatever. Let's investigate whatever. Let's see why you like it, and maybe you won't like it after a little bit, but it's fine. This is what we're into. This is what we're gonna be into.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I had something to say and then I forgot. Oh, I don't know. We got to think about this bus situation because I.
Girl, it was an example. It don't
No,
gotta be the
I'm
bus.
saying
Sitting in the back.
even commuting, trains, all of that. I feel like our kids are gonna probably do it when we travel, which brings us back to our 4 seasons. Watch the show so we can talk about it, and then we can plan our first season.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we'll be doing fall season because we have like a winter fall wedding thing. So,
It probably won't be no time soon because it's hard for us to get on the calendar. It's gonna be a minute.
but
It's
well,
gonna be
let's plan for next year. Let's plan to start next year. I
yeah.
think that's a good idea.
Winter next year is good because then, like, Vivi's gonna be like 18 months then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
I need to
Kendall
get my
now
baby
is
on that
a
slopes.
good, like, thing. She's just real inquisitive right now, so it's this
Clearly.
girl, I was at this daggone, we were at this cookout, and then Kendall, like, these people got up. Kendall was like waiting for them to get out of their little portable chairs. So they got up, and she like flew into the chair. She jumped in it, and she was looking. She was like, "I'm gonna jump off of it," and I was like, and I knew, I saw it. I was like, "She about to jump off of this thing," and then she jumped, and then of course somebody was watching, and I was watching, so I already knew like I'm about to catch her. And then somebody, oh my god! I'm like, I knew my baby was gonna jump. It was fine. I saw them look at her face. Like I was right there. But yes, when you said cautiously inquisitive, I was like, cautious is nice because
Bruh. That's the only reason why this girl is not walking, because she cautious. I'm like, girl, you can stand. You can stand and you can walk. And she just like, oh, no, I need the couch. I need your leg. Where are your hands? I'm like, let go. You can do it. Oh no. I'm like, okay, baby. In your time. In your timing. You'll do it. In your timing.
inquisitive. Yeah.
Hmm.
'Cause now Kendall thinks she can. Well, because she can go upstairs like an adult, like not like crawling. She can like kind of like walk.
Step.
And she like, oh, let's go. I was like, girl, what do you think you're doing? Like that's not what we do up in here. Get down.
Did y'all ever put the gate up?
There are
Apparently
there are gates.
that are not up.
No, there are gates that are up.
Okay.
At the
Yeah.
But what?
stairs.
There's a gate up in the upstairs. She don't go from our floor, from the first floor up, she doesn't go up. They're like she'll go to it and that's it. And then the basement door, like it's always closed. So she don't like that's the one door she like, let me not do that. She
She goes up the basement stairs
she goes
from
up from the basement, yes.
okay.
And she'll go down the basement stairs because those are the carpeted ones. The other ones, they're hardwood floor. I think she tried to go up and was like, "Ooh, this kind of hurt my
Ooh.
knee." So, so she don't do that
Yeah.
no more.
I feel
But
like your
we do
basement
have
stairs are
we
also
have the
bigger
yeah, yeah. But that's where we do have the gates up there.
okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah, them
yeah.
hardwood floors.
So the other day we like I didn't cut the grass. Our grass was long. I don't know what, and I didn't realize how long it was until Kendall was outside. And when that grass was up to here on Kendall, I was like, "Ooh."
Mm,
Boy.
not the exaggeration.
Our neighbors, they were like, "Why your baby disappear?" I was like, they were like,
That's good.
you need to cut that grass."
Y'all
I
really do,
did that.
because y'all got that area with the snakes.
It's cut.
Oh
Y'all
yeah,
got
because of the
It's cut
water.
now.
y'all
It's
got the
cut now.
wildlife area.
It is fully cut.
Okay.
It's good to go now. When I was cutting it, did the lawnmower cut off a few times? That's how you know it's too long. When the lawnmower was like, "I'm done," I was like, "You better come back." But yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Are we done?
I think
I think
so.
so.
This was a
I
Jinx,
good
think we said
topic.
it.
I agree. I agree.
Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Thank you.
Wait, did you say that on the video? Oh, you did. You did. You
You
did.
did.
But all good. Yes, happy belated Mother's Day. We be out here chilling,
Mhm.
getting it. But it's bedtime now. So thanks for watching again, guys. You know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, tell an enemy. Enemy.
Hell
Um,
of me.
enemy. LMNOP.
I don't remember how the kids do it, but yeah.
Girl, like this. I don't know why I gotta teach y'all everything.
Boy.
Well, bye.
Love y'all.